We're here.
We're here. Let me just do one final little correction.
Make sure I have no camel toe.
Oh, it's a moose knuckle for dudes.
Oh yeah, moose knuckle. That's right.
Is it?
Well, I don't know. You tell me. What are you rocking?
Ew.
I mean, nowadays.
Exactly.
Everything's acceptable.
Oh my God, man, we can't jump into. All right, we good?
We're
All right,
fantastic.
let's just jump right in.
Hoodie season.
All right, ready? I'm not ready. Let me crack this open.
He's nervous. He's nervous.
Now I was thinking of switching up the intro, but I didn't want to fuck it up.
That's how I be on YouTube, though, man. When I do YouTube, I'm like, all right.
Mad takes.
Mad taste.
Hell yeah, dude.
Until I'm like, all right, let me just, hey, everyone, welcome back to my channel. Like, just whatever, you know?
Let's try this.
What's
You're going to
up?
spitball a new intro right now, and we're going to rate it live. Right after it happens.
All right. Damn, that's a lot of pressure, bro.
But let's do it.
Okay. I haven't rehearsed this whatsoever. So just off the dome.
That's fine. We're
freestyling.
We're gonna get an organic reaction.
Okay.
And then we're gonna roll with it.
All right. Here we go. Ready? Welcome everybody to the Offbeat Podcast.
I love it. I love it.
Woo! What's up, fam? Welcome to the Offbeat Podcast. My name is Rick. Thank you guys for joining us today. Over to my left, we have the one and only Shannon O.
What up? What up? We chilling.
We are chilling. Over to my right, as per usual, the man, the myth, the legend.
Thank you. What's up,
Xander
everyone?
with an X.
With an X.
Yes, sir. And then my man right over here to the right, as you see right here with the hoodie season hoodie, Mr. Jon Dila. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely thrilled to have you here. Thank you so much for making the time. We really do appreciate it. And we really appreciate you guys making the time. As always, right at the jump, don't forget to go ahead and hit that like button if you haven't already, you guys.
Click it.
We're here. We overcame a couple troubleshooting difficulties as it happens.
Oh yeah.
But you know what? This guy's an expert.
And we made it.
Yes.
His hands are very talented,
And ashy.
but mostly talented.
Thank you.
They've been around the block.
Okay, I'll run with it. I'll run with it.
All right, so on a scale of 1 to 3, what would you rate that intro, Shannon?
Just out of pure, I didn't see it coming. Is 3 the best?
Yeah,
I'm gonna give it a 3,
All
just
right, I'll
because
take it.
I didn't expect to sing it.
Okay, perfect.
And
Thank you.
it brought it. He
that's-
broke instantly. He did not see it coming. No one saw it coming.
That was the goal. That was the
I'll
goal.
give it a 3.
I was trying something a little different. I wanted something a little bit more high energy than the standard status quo, the Offbeat Podcast, a podcast about music and everything in and around it, which works.
Yeah, you know what? And I appreciate the rating system from 1 to 3 because when you say 5, like 4, like
You got to commit.
You got to commit.
Yeah, you gotta
So I
commit.
like either bad, medium, or great.
Was it a waste of your time or not, Xander?
No, I want me to rate it?
Sure.
I wasn't sure what you were asking me.
It's mid.
I gave it a 2.9 just to get that room for improvement.
2.9. Room for You're not wrong. I didn't actually complete it because I also broke towards the end
Yes, yes.
2.9.
Dill, what would you give it?
I give it a
on
3, man.
A 3?
It's up there. I love it.
I'll take it. I'll
Making
take
me
it.
hype
Thank
to
you
watch
guys. Thank you guys. My work here is done. Let's wrap this show up. So, all right, guys, let's. I'm going to start off with something that we might usually save for the second part of the podcast, but I figured it'd be a good jumping off point. If my research is correct, Mr. Dilla, you are a connoisseur of the seltzered water beverages.
Connoisseur, I have tried a few of them.
You've had a sampling?
Yes. Liquid Death, which is all right.
That's a seltzer?
Yes, yeah.
I thought that was an
I know
energy drink.
the way the bottle looks.
Yeah,
looks a little intimidating.
Shout out to the marketing team on that one.
I
They
thought it was
killed
an energy drink.
Bro,
Right. No, it was good. It's good. I like it, but I prefer Polar because, like you said, it's local. I like black cherries. Actually, my favorite.
All right.
And lime.
Cheers.
And what's the other one? The Crocs. That one's good. It's just super expensive. And then just like Stop and Shop brand is good. You know.
Yeah. No, I mean,
I enjoy seltzers as well.
yeah.
I did not know they were local.
Worcester. I only okay, so here's the deal, guys. Full disclosure. My wife, she be putting in the grocery orders. And yo, I'm gonna keep it 1,000 with y'all. All right, real talk. I could put down some Trulies, some White Claws, some High Noons. I could pound those things. They're basically water at this point.
Do you listen to Lizzo while you drink them?
Nah, man. But here's what happened.
It's about that time.
Here's what happened. I discovered that I love seltzer as a result of drinking all this alcohol. And I said to myself, you know what? Let's develop a healthier habit. Let's just drink some non-alcoholic seltzers. And it turns out I really like them. And so
It's great.
It's amazing. So wifey's, I'm like, yo, babe, whichever one you get, I don't care. I love them all. Everyone can get it.
Let's rate them.
Okay.
My favorite seltzer is a toss-up between LaCroix
Croy, that's
and bubbly.
Ooh.
Oh, bubbly. I forgot
I like
about
bubbly.
that.
I like bubbly. Yep.
Yeah.
Got some at home.
But the LaCroix passion fruit,
Is it La Croix?
Is it LaCroix? I don't.
See, if you're bougie and you want to like be
LaCroix.
raise your nose at people, you'd be like, yeah, let me get that La Croix.
that's how Zerno said.
Because it's French.
No, it's
but-
just it's sure it's French, but it goes back to why the letters. What is it's like C? What is CROU?
IX. I think it's CROIX. I mean, whatever. Yes, agreed. The X
Yeah.
does not belong.
I just but anyways, yes.
Silent LaCroix.
So all right, so we said La Croix.
Yeah, I think that's number one. LaCroix.
Okay, that's up there.
Yeah.
What about San Pellegrino?
Yes.
I don't get that one that often,
You should.
although I
especially-
do enjoy it.
It's a little pricey, but it slaps.
It's elite.
Yeah,
Now,
with the foil on it and shit.
we're talking about the green bottle.
Tangerine.
Not okay. Yes, but no. I'm talking about that brand, but the cans.
Yeah, but that's
Flavored.
that's not seltzer. That's like a different category.
So they got two
Because
tiers.
the little orange one that's like a different. It's a different.
It's like it's basically like juice.
It is.
Carbonated juice.
Yes.
But they have this kind of, which I prefer. I prefer the ones that aren't like OP sweet. You know what I'm saying? Because like I like a sweet drink, but like I can't pound them like I can. These are just basically water. It's like guilt-free drinking.
Yes.
Non-alcoholic guilt-free drinking, guys. Just to clarify.
Thanks for the clarification.
Hey, just want to be. So, all right, we got San Pellegrino, we got La Croix, we got Polar, we got Bubbly.
BJ's have one that I heard is supposedly really good.
Although I say LaCroix is my number one, I tend to always reach for the Stop and Shop one.
Yeah. As long as it doesn't have like sodium, just carbonated water
Yep.
with natural flavors.
The
that's
Stop and
all I
Shop
need.
one is a good price. It tastes good enough. The lime is my favorite. The lemon or the lime.
I like it.
But LaCroix has a passion fruit one that.
Passion fruit's good. Passion fruit's good.
Yeah. Xander, you meal prep, right? Sometimes?
I don't.
I thought you did.
I wanted to, but it's just something like. First of all, I don't know what I want every day. So to have, that's the thing with meal prep. I can have a craving like, man, what do I feel like eating today? With meal prep this is what you're eating every day because you're prepping it for the whole week. So
And it's the same thing. Pretty
yeah,
much.
practically the same thing. Because the whole point of meal prep is for, dieting, make sure you're eating healthy,
Portions, all that stuff.
portion, all that stuff. So I'm not that type of guy. I eat kind of what I want to eat during the day.
Yeah. But like side benefit is like not having to cook, right? So like you did the work.
Right.
And so then you reward yourself throughout the week with like, boom, let me get this container, pop it in the microwave, good to go.
I wish I had that discipline and will to do it. I really want to do it,
Yeah.
but I'm just not. I'm not there yet.
Yeah. What about you? You do any meal prepping?
No, I don't. I tried it, but no. I even thought of doing like Hello Fresh just
Yeah.
for just to add it into my YouTube channel. Like maybe I could, get some money from this or whatever.
Absolutely.
But no, yeah, no. I
Dude, we were
I
looking at-
barely had with work because I work in a school system like you. I watched
Okay.
the last podcast. My fault, I didn't mean to cut you off, but when I get home, I'm like so tired already.
Yes.
Like, you know,
Who has the time?
right?
I
But
don't want to be cooking.
I do most of the cooking at my house. Like, I went to culinary school, so I do like pretty much all the cooking.
Okay.
Yeah, so-
Culinary school, huh?
Yeah, a while ago.
I dig it.
Yeah, but no, I don't really
Slicing it up.
Yeah,
You be flexing on the wife. Hang on, babe. I got this.
that's right.
You be making demi glazes and
Everything. I go all
balsamic
out.
reductions.
Wow. Okay, Shannon.
I know a little side. I ain't get big. I ain't get this big for no reason. Speaking of going extra with the cooking, let's talk about the Tito Jackson burgers.
Okay. Actually, yes.
Let's talk about it. Listen, I've been to barbecues. I've been to different functions where people cook, and you always you get people that have their Traegers or whatever they're called, smokers. This man here brought his own flat top that you plug in. Can you explain to me your thought process behind this burger?
So,
And first of all, explain the burger.
right. So there's
All
some
that.
context. Way back when we used to hang out,
Like way back.
Yes.
Like 06, probably. Like we're going back here.
yeah, like apartment days.
Yes.
Rager at Rick's apartment in Chicopee.
Yes.
We used to have this invention called the Jackson Burger. So it was when Michael Jackson died. I still remember this.
Yes.
And we had a get together. We made burgers, and it was just an invention I made. I believe it had some like cheese inside the burger, had some brown sugar glaze.
Yep.
It was a good burger, And then Rick, I believe, said we need to have a name for this burger. I forgot who said Michael Jackson died today, so let's call it Jackson Burger. Something like that happened along those lines.
That sounds right.
Right. So fast forward to Rick's new house now. We're having a get together. They
It
were
was like in
asking,
August this year.
yes. So they were asking, hey, let's do some burgers, maybe the Jackson burgers. And I was like, yeah, we could probably do that. But I was like, let's do something different. Hence where Tito Jackson burgers came about. And so I have this flat top, which I love. It's literally handicapped. I got to put something under it to make sure it works well.
It works.
It works. So I love flat burgers, the smash burgers.
Yes.
They're the fact that you can put them crunchy, they're just real thin, not a lot of chewing involved. I love those type of burgers. So basically I just decided to kind of copy the way they do it in, I believe it's Shake Shack.
Shake Shack. That's what
Yes.
came to my mind when you said smash burger. Yeah.
Right. So they actually have some onions also mixed in with the burger, and they smash it in there. But I also always like the sweet and salty, so I added some maple syrup to the bun, and then that was pretty much what it was. That was a burger itself, and it just with bacon, I believe it had.
There was bacon.
It was fantastic.
Next level shit, guys.
It was amazing.
For some reason, I thought of alcohol. Like I thought you was like throwing some Jack Daniels in there, something like married. I'm like thinking
With
like,
Tito's,
sound like the
Tito.
Tito's
I'm like
vodka,
some
right.
olives. Like
That's why I gotta say Tito Jackson.
Yeah.
I gotta make sure I say the last name.
which you probably could do. Make some like Jack Daniels barbecue sauce.
Oh no, I'm sure, and I
You know
think
what
I bet,
mean?
yeah.
Throw
Put a
some
demi
bacon.
glaze reduction.
Yes. See.
That might be the next burger. Who
Hey.
knows? We'll see.
We'll have to come up with a name for that one.
Yeah. There's something about cooking. Well, let me ask you, since you went to culinary school, that it's not just a survival skill.
Mm.
I think it's also a
Flex.
yes, but I don't want to call it a flex because again, it's a survival skill. So survival skill should not be a flex. It should be something that you learn and be good at it because it becomes a flex. Obviously, I eat every day. But when a girl knows you cook too, it's also a little, oh, really, you cook? So that's also helps too. So
Yeah, that's why my wife fell in love with me. No,
Right.
I'm kidding.
Hey, cheat code.
No, for me, because it got me thinking, like, going back to pizza making days. Because I worked at Red Rose. I worked at Antonio's Pizza for like 5 years. I worked at Pepper's
Antonio's.
Pizza. I worked at Villa Pizza, which was in Eastville Mall. And like, for some reason, like when I'm cooking, it relaxes me, man. Like just throwing the sauce on it, turning it around, throwing the cheese. Like it's kind of relaxing in a way because I've been doing it for so long. But yeah, so it's more of a relaxing thing to me, you know what I mean? And less like when I was in like 99 restaurant, then yeah, it can get intense, or like the golf course or something. It could get intense, but it's more of a relaxing thing for me be, man.
Yeah.
Honestly. Real quick, I want to talk about. Have y'all watched the show The Bear yet or no? Nobody
Bear?
has The Bear. Yeah.
No, I
It
haven't.
has this actor from Shameless. Forgot his name, but anyways, you guys should watch it. It's a real good cooking show.
Oh,
it's
word,
based
okay.
out in Chicago. It's a real great cooking show. You guys should definitely check it out. You might like
Is
it.
it on TV, Netflix?
It's on Hulu.
Hulu. Okay. The Bear.
Yeah, The
All
Bear.
right,
yeah.
bet. I'm about to check that out. Yo, cooking shows, bro. Man, I could like you get lost
it's
with cooking
awesome.
shows. I don't know what it is, man. Like
Cooking shows.
It's more like a show, not like a Food Network type cooking show.
Okay.
It's more like an actual like storyline show.
oh, okay, but he
Okay.
happens to be a cook.
Yeah, like his
Oh,
brother
okay.
passed away, and he took over his brother's restaurant, and then it's
actual show.
It's really
A
good.
series.
Really, it gets intense, man. Like, yeah.
It sounds dope. Was that movie with
Was it
John
cook?
Favreau,
Is it cook?
chef?
Oh, Chef. Yes, it was Chef.
Is it just chef?
Oh, Chef is a great movie
Chef.
too.
That was a
Such
good movie. Really
Yes.
good
But that's
movie.
always like if it's like
Kinda like that, yeah.
That kind of vibe.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll watch that.
Yeah.
That sounds interesting.
No, that movie was good. But speaking of cooking shows, name me your favorite cooking show, whether it's old, new.
Man.
I have a nice top 5, but I have one. Go ahead.
I got one.
I mean, I feel like I have to. A shout out to my kids. We used to watch Chopped so much, bro. Like
Dude.
we were in the
Yes.
Chopped bag, and we were like, we would be rating like it was like our little thing. Like when it was just me and the kids, man. Like we would just watch the shit out of that show.
Yes.
So I'm gonna just say one, and I'm not gonna
All right.
name drop any others.
I'm basic. I'm gonna say Master Chef,
yes.
but I like the kids one.
Oh, I don't think I've seen
Master
this.
Chef Kids.
Oh
it's
yeah, that's right.
impressive.
Is that the one with Gordon
Kids, though.
Ramsay?
Yeah,
Damn.
it's impressive because
Okay.
there's
I
like
haven't checked that one yet.
10-year-olds, 11-year-olds.
They be in there.
Yeah, especially during the audition, they have to go and craft like their go-to, and
Yeah.
then throughout the process, I think the way Master Chef is, they either give you a recipe or they show you this is the plate, get your ingredients and figure it out.
Oh my
That's
God.
crazy. So 10, 11. The reason why is because cooking involves a lot of cutting, a lot of sharp objects. For a parent to be like, yeah, go ahead, make us a 5-course meal, son or daughter.
It's impressive, man.
Yeah, that's.
And then like I think I can cook. It's a survival thing. I know how to cook. I cook well. But then watching MasterChef Kids, you're talking about these kids spatchcocking a chicken and sous vide a steak and like and then the plating on top of that. I'm like, this is impressive. Like we're talking. I think the youngest was like 8.
Wow. Wow.
Impressive.
Shocking.
And then it's like the regular Master Chef, Gordon Ramsay's like a jerk.
He's out of control.
With the
yeah.
kids,
Yeah.
he's not as much of a jerk,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
he's stern with them sometimes. So I think it's a good twist because it's not typical, old person cooking, but it's a good twist.
Man, I have so many. Oh my gosh. Anthony
one.
Bourdain,
Ah.
like reservations, like the Vice, Chef's Night Out, like F That's Delicious with Action Bronson. Like I don't even know,
so
man.
good.
There's so many
No,
good
there
ones,
is.
yo.
No, there is. But when it comes to cooking shows,
Yeah,
it
yeah.
has to go back to Anthony
Yeah.
Bourdain.
Yeah,
No
Anthony
That was gonna be my
reservations.
number one, but
Yeah,
I
No
yeah.
reservations.
He's like number one on my list.
It's just, first of all, the show's amazing, but he has the dream job.
Yeah.
He,
my God,
to me, that was like, that would be my dream job, is to go all over the world. You taste the best food, wherever you go for that town.
man.
You chop it up with the locals, and then you
Yes.
party at night and get completely smashed. He's doing this all while somebody's
Rest in
recording
peace,
it.
man.
Yeah, rest in
It
peace,
is,
Anthony
yeah,
Bourdain,
rest in
man.
peace, for real.
Yeah.
But that was a great, great show. I love No Reservations.
Yo, he had mad seasons too, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, he did.
Is that thing still on Netflix? I know it was for a while. It is.
I think so, yeah.
You
I
know what?
haven't
I don't
watched
know.
it in a while.
I haven't watched it in a while, so I
I'm
don't
not
know.
sure. Another show that I enjoy watching, specifically because I like traveling, is the one with Guy Fieri.
Yes.
Divers, Drive.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
oh yeah. I used to.
Especially if I'm going to go to a certain like place, I check to see if he has an episode.
Yes.
Because I'm like, let me see what they got here. They have a couple in Connecticut.
Shout out to Guy Fieri, because he really gave a lot of these places good marketing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's true.
Like a lot of these people were like, literally like, thank you. People come to here, and my business is growing. So he did a lot of work
Yeah,
for these
man,
people.
for sure.
Yeah.
I've gone to
Mayor of Flavortown.
there's a place in Newington that has steamed burgers.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I went there once.
I heard of it, but I've never been there. But yes.
Road trip.
Mm.
Listen, I will take a road trip just to go eat somewhere, man.
Yes, that's
Planning is all I need. Anyway, that's enough of that. So Xander, your top is part
no reservations.
Okay,
Anthony
gotcha.
Bourdain.
Yeah,
yes,
definitely.
Man, it does make me a little sad to think about like, and this is, I don't want to like be a Debbie Downer on the topics, but like the fact that to you that it was like kind of like a model, like goals type of life. Oh my God, traveling the world, eating all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
And then, ends in tragedy, right? Yeah. Or, like Robin Williams, like comedian for the people, like tragedy, like there's all these dark sides to these people with so much success. And it's like, it's a part of life that us normies don't really get to experience, right? That celebrity kind of iconic status where life comes at you way faster and harder than we could ever fathom. That's a lot, man. That's too much to deal with. And I don't think we were built for that.
It's worse now because you're more in the public eye, more than like back in the day, because social media.
Yeah.
So people know where you're at, people know what you're doing. Yeah. And then there's always people, it's always, one thing I have to remind myself when it comes to like the artistic side is to not compare yourself to anybody because comparison kills. Like I can literally sit on Instagram and find 1,000 photographers that are way better than me and be like, man, I suck. Yeah. And just be, but I have a full-time career as a photographer and I could be on Instagram watching someone's highlights and be like, I gotta get better. Yeah. So it's like, that's the exaggerated side of online and social media and all that stuff that you don't see.
To me, I don't know how you guys are photographers, when you see something, I would figure you guys look at it and see, let me inspect it, let me see what he did wrong, or let me see what he did right. Why do you think people will see other people work as better and go, damn, that's this? Why do you feel that way?
It's not necessarily, so it's a little bit of both. You see some pictures, you get inspired by some, but then you see some that they just nail it properly. And it's more the details that you notice as a photographer.
That's what, exactly.
That like any other person, they'll look at the picture, they probably won't be able to tell the difference.
Right.
Yeah.
But like it's the little nuances, like the way the light fell off of the face here, it was better on this one. Like that's something I gotta do better. So it's like those little stupid things. So you have to constantly like remind yourself, like, everyone has their own journey, their own space. Like, just.
Well, that's what I'm and that's what I'm getting at is that, rather than discouraging yourself, like I suck. I think I just got to get better. Like I want to get this good. If you see somebody that's really good, it should be I want to get this good. So somebody can look at my shit and be like, I want to get this good too. So,
yeah, but I think that's the constant battle. At least for me as a creative, I would tell you one time someone asked me what my favorite picture of the year was.
Oh my God.
And I couldn't give an answer.
It's like an impossible question.
I had like, I feel like I had a lot of great pictures, but like my favorite, I couldn't be like, if I found one, I'm like, that's not my favorite because X, Y, Z.
Oh man.
Or no, this is not my favorite because whatever. But looking at all the photos, there'll be a lot of really good photos. But even with video, especially, I think video for me even more because I will say this live on air. I don't think there's a video that I've made that I 100% love.
But that's artists.
Which is crazy.
Right? Most artists are going to critique their work to death, right? And just a quick little nugget on what you were saying. When you were talking about watching, scrolling Instagram and looking at different photographers, et cetera, like I was thinking to myself the amount of times that as a musician, I would observe people being masterful in their musicianship and just go like, bro, why even bother, man? Why even bother? Like there's so much excellence out there. But it is hard. I saw something today that was very inspiring in relation to art, and I'm going to paraphrase. But essentially it was this. It was whatever your craft is, the people who are there for you, following you, liking, commenting, etc. They're not necessarily there for the art. They're there for you, the person. Mm-hmm. You just happen to make the art, right? Because they're into you. Like, because what's a picture? Like anybody could take a picture, right? But like you put your lens on it, right? Mm-hmm. You put your flavor on it, and that's what people are there for. It's like the you part of the art, right? Whether that's singing or playing a guitar or taking a picture, et cetera. Like, so that's hard to, it's easy to forget, I guess was better. It's easy to forget. Like, I think you nailed it. Like, don't necessarily compare yourself to other stuff, because it's like the easiest way to like, well, I guess I won't do anything.
And another thing that I found, I had to constantly like remind myself and like talk to myself about it, because there were times that I've lost clients, and I work with a lot of businesses, so I get a lot of recurring clients, and there have been times that I lost a client to another photographer, and then when I look at the photos, nothing against the other photographer, I can clearly say that my pictures were better. So that what that taught me was, a lot of times people are looking for the best photos or whatever. So it's a mixture of, are you fun to deal with as a person, price, product. So I've had, in the last like 3 years, it's like talking to myself, it's like, oh no, okay, it's more than just a photo. Photo's just a small portion of it. So it's a constant battle that you have.
That's really
in
good.
your mind as a creative. I don't know if you ever dealt with something like that.
For me, it's I'm currently like digging like on the history of like my favorite photographers, which is Gordon Parks, Allen. There's so much to name, but Gordon Parks, like I went to the library the other day and just like try to find all his books, and like that's what inspired me. Like just like studying the old, like the greats. Like he's like one of the film, like I don't even know if this is right, but like a film god or whatever. You know what I mean? Like he was just like a beast with film, like. But I find myself going back to like the history of film and photography and just like studying photos from like old magazines from like 2000, you know what I mean? Like Time magazine, stuff like that. Like that's what I find myself, cause I like my type of photography is more like natural, like just like everyday life type things, you know what I mean? So I don't know. I don't really like try to like study like new photographers, which I don't know, probably makes me look weird, but like I just like the old photographers, you know.
Why don't we do this? Because I want to kind of dive deeper into this. So why don't we take a break here?
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll come back and then we'll talk about Jon Dila. We'll talk about Dila Film. We'll talk about all that, and we'll see what's up in that goodie bag you got right there.
Oh,
Word. Why do you like The Rock?
As an actor,
Yeah.
name me a good rock movie.
When you say good, specify.
No, I should have to specify a good movie to you. Name me a good rock movie.
What
do you mean, what's a good rock
Jumanji
movie?
was a good movie.
Bro,
Jumanji?
Yeah.
Walking Tall.
Trash. Trash.
That's all I got. That is a throwback. That's like a early 2000s The Rock.
You know what
movie.
movie's good? There's one on Netflix with The Rock and Ryan Reynolds. Is he the one that does
Deadpool? No.
Deadpool?
Yeah,
no.
it is.
Yeah, he does Deadpool.
Ryan Reynolds and The Rock are in a movie
Really?
on Netflix.
Not
It was
ringing a
good.
bell. Must
Yeah,
be
I don't
trash.
know. Yeah.
Yes.
Wait, are you not a fan of The Rock either?
It's not that I'm not okay. Here's the deal. Will Ferrell, Vince Vaughn, known quantity. You know what you're getting when you sign up to go watch these movies. You're going for that shtick. With The Rock, we have outgrown, in my opinion, as a society, the like Chuck Norris, the Sylvester Stallone, the Arnold Schwarzenegger archetypes of hero film. And like The Rock is the only guy kind of doing that right now. So when you take that dude and you say, he's Black Adam. No, he's not. That's The Rock with a cape. Yes. I can't not see that guy as anything but The Rock. So like, Like,
I see what you're
yeah,
saying.
like it's very unless you're on some like god tier acting. Like Will Ferrell has one movie, it's called Everything Must Go, and in my opinion, one of his best films. Because my man is actually acting. It's like divorce and like his wife throws him out and all this shit's on the lawn. Like it's like he's legit. Like he's not a comedian.
I
in
saw
that
that
movie.
movie.
It's kind of sad, bro.
I didn't finish it.
It's pretty good. But all that to say, like that's the only film in Will Ferrell's like movies like that I'm like, he wasn't that same guy that you're used to seeing. You know what I mean? So anyway,
All right.
don't get me going, bro. Yeah, The Rock is trash.
Trash.
I respect him as an athlete, as a person who is like very, as a media titan. You know, he's got stardom. He's got like all this clout. Like he's good at what he does, but like he's not a good actor.
I mean, he's not. No, I mean, he's
I'll put him
not
right
great.
next to J-Lo. You know what you're
man.
good at.
Wow.
Why? Wow, it's exactly that.
Next to
He-
J-Lo?
He is the male version of J-Lo. when it
J-Lo's
comes to
got a
music.
J-Lo's really nice to look at.
Yeah. Male J-Lo.
The end.
Male J-Lo. All right.
All right. Well,
We're back.
that was fun. So yeah, we were. Thank you for that little ditty there, Shannon. Talking about The Rock and Black Adam. Haven't watched it. Probably not going to watch it. Maybe when it comes out on streaming, I'll probably watch it. So we were just about to dive in, Jon Dila. So John, firstly, is that your actual name, John?
No, my actual name is Jonathan Davila, but
Ooh.
Davila, Dilla's short for Davila, but also Jay Dilla is one of my favorite producers.
You're in good company.
And I'm like really big into hip hop and like old hip hop culture and stuff like that. So
Offbeat, guys.
that was how I got my name, was because I was a huge Jay Dilla fan. And then I was like, oh, okay, yeah, short for Davila. So yeah. And then
John.
it's always been just Dilla ever since I
I love it. Listen, we're
2012.
big fans. Like it's yeah. I mean, it's right in the name. So I love that you have a nice, crisp, easy to
awesome.
handle on Instagram.
Yeah, everything's
And
Dilla now.
yeah.
Dilla Film, Illa. And then Illa is short for Jonathan Davila, which is short for Illa, and, you know, Dilla, I'm sorry. I can't even talk
It
right
works,
now.
man.
I got so much Instagram accounts. I can't keep up.
Yeah, these days you kind of have to, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So why don't you let's start from the top, if you don't mind. We do have the time. So tell me how you found, or how it found you. When we're talking about film photography, like what was the thing? Because you mentioned Gordon. Was it Gordon Parks?
Yeah, Gordon Park.
So I only knew that name, and this is my amateurness. I only knew that name because of a documentary that I watched on HBO called "A Choice of Weapons,"
I never
inspired
watched
by Gordon Parks. It's on HBO Max. Unbelievable! I learned a ton. It features so much of his film, and basically it was like literally saying like, people out here with guns, this guy's out here with a camera. And he was documenting like truth, like, you know, the civil rights movements. Like he has so much, he captured so many of these like iconic pictures that tell a story in just a single shot.
Yeah.
Like I'm getting chills just saying it. So
Right.
talk to me about film. Like what is it about film versus digital that like speaks to you?
Yeah. Real quick too, since we're talking about Gordon Parks, you probably recognize the Great Day in Hip Hop photo where it was like all of these hip hop artists came out in Harlem.
That's
And
funny you said. I just posted that picture on my Instagram.
Yeah, so he took that photo.
Oh, really? I did not
Gordon
know that.
Parks organized that whole thing. He started with the jazz culture, A Great Day in Harlem. It was all the jazz artists, and then the second time he did it was for hip hop.
Wow.
That's
And
so
he
cool.
had all the greats come out.
No, everybody
Fat
was there.
Joe.
Yeah.
There's a documentary on YouTube you can watch. I think it was the Source magazine. I don't know, one of those hip hop magazines.
Yeah, it was a source. Yep.
Yeah, they organized it too, but yeah. So you probably know him by, that photo. As
I
well.
didn't,
A lot of people
and
do.
it's funny. It's literally really funny because I think it was just yesterday that you shared that photo, which the context is hilarious.
Wow.
I'm like, wow, what an
That's
amazing
cool.
photo.
Yeah, exactly.
The fact that it was Gordon Parks is kind of mind blowing.
I thought that photo was fake.
No, that's a real photo, but I didn't know it was taken by
That's dope.
Gordon Park.
Yeah,
It was a real photo.
Gordon Park on film.
Yep.
Man.
Yeah. So before we dive into that, I wanna like have you experience film real quick.
Okay.
So I got you something.
Okay.
All right. Perfect.
All right. So back in 2020, I found my first film camera at the thrift store, and that's where I discovered my love for film photography. during COVID, obviously. And I just like went out there and bought film at CVS, and it just like slew me down as a photographer, you know, because I only had like 24 shots, 36 shots.
Wow.
So like it like really slowed me down because you know, with digital you can
It's
find
go
yourself
nuts.
but yeah, it really slowed me down, and I loved it. I was like, wow, this is awesome. But so this is not the actual camera, but this is like the first film camera I ever bought. So I want to like give it to you, but I want to challenge you as well because I know you be hiking and stuff. So like try to like take some photos with it, like just some candid moments with the kids or walking your dog or whatever, you know what I mean? And then maybe next podcast we can share the photos.
Yeah,
if
man.
you're down, if you want to.
I love that.
Share them.
I love that. Wow.
So I'm gonna give you it right now.
Okay.
I got film.
I'm very excited.
And I can like kind of talk you how to.
Please
how to
do.
it. So,
Please, yeah, by all means. All right. We're doing this. We're doing it live, you guys.
It's a Nikon 470 Zoom Touch. It's a 35mm film camera.
Wow. I can't tell you the last time I held a film camera in my hand. This is actually incredible.
It's really easy to use. Like even popping in the film is really easy. So
All
there's a
right,
back.
so-
There's a back to it.
Boom. It's a little ditty
Yep,
right
you
here.
open that up,
Okay.
and
All right.
then the film. Yep, goes right in.
Oop.
You can kind of figure it out. It's
All right.
I don't know if you want to. Well, yeah.
All right. We got that right there. And then I got to feed
you
this
just
over here.
put it right there. Put it
over
right
the top?
in. Really easy. Yep. Make sure it's in there tight, and then just close it up. Make sure it's nice and tight closed in there. Yep. You got it. And then wait
at
for that to finish. Turn it on.
Turn it on.
Left,
Yep, right
top
here.
left, and does it show 1 on it?
It shows 1 on it.
So there you go. You're ready to shoot.
Wow. Incredible.
You just press the button.
I'm
and
very
you're just ready
excited.
to shoot.
So how many shots I got on this?
You have 30, 36, but you can get 38. Maybe it might be 32. Who knows?
Maybe a little double exposure.
You never know
accidentally.
about film. That's the beauty of film. You never know what you're gonna get. You might get some light leaks. You know.
I get so much anxiety when you say this about like, cause you were saying had not thought about that, like that it slowed you down.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
that really does
Yeah,
change
definitely.
your perspective a little
It
bit.
slowed me, especially with like a camera like this. This is a rangefinder camera. There's so many different types of film cameras. There's a 35mm point and shoot camera, which is regular. You just press it, just point and shoot.
Okay.
Then there's this one where it's a rangefinder, and it's harder to focus. And then there's which you guys all probably know about Polaroid. You know, let me grab a picture of you real
Oh
quick.
man, this is amazing.
This is a classic right here.
Get the smolder.
For all the audio listeners, my man Jon Dila taking a Polaroid, a classic Polaroid
Yeah,
picture
yeah.
of my man
Shake it
X
up,
here.
right?
This
No,
is
no, actually,
incredible.
if you shake it,
Oh.
it ruins the.
Oh, well.
So
It's okay. We've only been trained to do that for you.
Yeah, exactly,
really
right?
thought that was
I
part
do
of
3
it.
stats.
Right.
Shake it, shake it.
Which is so weird, right? That we all were like, yeah. I'm gonna grab a photo of each of y'all.
Oh man,
just so we can
please.
show
All
it.
right, hang on.
Shake it like a Polaroid picture.
This is amazing. I can't tell you how excited I am about
You
this.
know what to
Let me
do.
get one of,
We in here. The smolder. Yeah.
Here you go. It'll be
Thank
ready
you,
in
sir.
about. It'll be ready in about a minute or two.
So you're saying just leave it alone?
Just let it be. Let it be. So
breathe.
there's instant film photography.
Okay.
There's 35mm film. There's also medium format film photography,
Oh yeah, that's nice.
which is like with a TLR camera.
That is
I
so
sold
sick.
my TLR camera, but I got this one. This one is just like a regular one.
Is that one of those top down ones? Yeah.
Yeah, so you can.
Yo, my dad had
Oh,
one
I
of those
see.
back in the day, bro.
That one shows it upside down, right? I went to an event. It was like a company out of like Oregon. They travel the world and they do what's called portrait slams, and they just get a bunch of photographers to take pictures. And there was a lady with one of these.
Yeah.
She was the only person. I'm like, she's out here with a film camera, taking legit.
Flexing on
Yeah.
everybody.
But it was weird because everything she was looking at was upside down.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how the heck are you composing?
Yeah.
Upside down. And she showed me some of the pictures. I'm like,
It's so hard because when you go left, it goes right. Like it's so weird
Oh, so
on how.
everything's inverted.
But you will get used to it. Like I got used to it within a week, and a lot of my great photos are taken with TLR TRL twin reflex camera, twin reflex lens camera with that. But it's square format, so it's like 6x6. So there's medium format, 35, and instant film photography. And then there's also camcorders and a bunch of, other types of film. My favorite would have to be instant film photography. I just it's just fun, you know what I mean? Like you just had a party, yo, let me get a photo of you. Shoot, here, have it, you know what I mean?
That's dope.
It's like a tangible moment.
Yeah.
So you guys should probably put them out like in the studio.
This is, dude, I love this, man. Like I can't.
Oh, this is trippy.
I'm nerding out so hard over this. Like for me, once I got to digital, like that, really, I didn't discover photography until I had a Samsung Vibrant, which is like the first generation Samsung Android phone. And because it had a good camera back then, right? So like, oh, cool. Mobile photography was up and coming back then. You know, we're going like 06, 07, like we're going back a ways. Obviously, we've come a ways now with these crazy cameras that we have on our smartphones, but like nothing can replace you being able to hand somebody something.
Dude, the nostalgic feeling of like film and like the grain, like the colors you get from each film stock.
Yeah. Like
these right here, which is a good for you. There's a keychain. That's a black and white film stock. This is a Kodak Portrait 800 black. It's a film stock.
Oh, nice. Thanks, man.
Amazing.
So yeah, like
Dope.
I love film. I love the way it looks, and like film is being used today in a lot of ways. Like Levi's is using it. Like Stranger Things is using it, like the show Euphoria. That was shot primarily on film, Kodak motion picture film.
Wow.
So Kodak opened up their lab. They opened up again. Just to shoot that show.
That's
so
crazy.
They used motion picture. It's cheaper to use, and it just gives that nostalgic feeling we like. So it's being used today in a lot of ways, and film prices are like crazy up there right now. Like everybody wants to shoot film. Like all the college students now, like the young kids want to use it because it's like so trendy now.
Retro.
Right. Kendall Jenner was at Jimmy Fallon's show, and she brought a film camera out, took a photo of Jimmy, and like after that, it's just like skyrocketed it too.
Yeah.
It's just it's artists are using it. Like it's really big right now.
Yeah, you posted a video of Drake walking around.
Drake walking with this same one. Like
I'm like,
so I was gonna ask you I had a question about that because people were making fun of Drake because I saw this picture. He had a very old school camera.
Yeah.
So because knowing Drake, everything he does on purpose.
Very calculated.
So, right. So when I saw that, I was like, nah, this can't be just he's outdated. He's doing this for a reason.
Yep.
So for you guys that are photographers, because I remember when this type of camera came out, it was the handheld, you flip it. I was like, what is that?
Yeah.
When I first, because before it was the big ones, it was the big
remember the
cameras.
shoulder one?
Right, that was the camera.
I have all of those. So.
Right. So when this came out, it was the same thing that we had the big phones and the iPhone came out. You were like, whoa. So when I saw that camera, for you guys, what did that mean to film? That type of camera. I remember it was a Sony.
Yeah.
And it was the one that had a little thing. That was the first camera I saw.
I have that one, yeah.
So what was that to you guys in the film industry, career space? What was that camera to you guys?
I just recently got into film in 2020. So I was like so new to it. That's why I'm like so in love with it. I'm still new to it. I'm like, oh my gosh, like I just love it. But I don't know. Can you maybe remember anything?
I remember just the ease of use.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken, this one this one takes the smaller tapes, right?
Yeah, this one takes DVC tapes. It's a smaller VHS tape. But the one you're talking about has it takes high 8, which is a little bigger, and then VHS, which is like the actual VHS tapes, and then this one right here, which is like very early 2000, which is becoming huge right now. Any camera from like early 2000 is really big. Cause like HD back then was like we look at HD now, that it was back then, it's like, yo, that's HD. But like people love that look for some reason. So like there's
Okay.
Yeah,
Would
this
you
is
say
many views.
that blue one, is 480p in the ballpark or even lower than that?
It says it's 1080p, but I would say it's probably like a horrible version of 720p.
720,
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's pretty cool.
Interlaced.
I remember the iconic. There's an iconic video of a dunk contest and Shaq's holding the camera.
Yes, yes, that's a high 8. That's a Sony high 8.
I think what that did to the industry is kind of like what the iPhone's doing now to cameras.
Right.
A lot of people are saying, the iPhone's going to take over the camera. And I don't think so, but nowadays you're seeing more and more content, specifically like TikTok or social media, being filmed on an iPhone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So even myself, like if I'm on vacation, I'm using my phone to take pictures. Like I don't feel like taking
Dude,
my
yeah,
camera.
man. Like it's such a trade-off. Like it's convenience versus like the experience, right?
Yeah,
Do you
'cause
want to have the experience every time?
Back then it was like you had the shoulder rig and you're looking through the eyepiece.
Yep.
Or one of these suckers right here.
Yeah.
So that was a game changer. Just ease of use.
Man, I had I don't know, I can't tell you, but I want to say it was mini DV a size.
Yeah, that's what that is.
That's that one there?
No, mini DV is the smaller. It's like a CD, but a mini one.
Okay, then
Yeah,
maybe
mini
I'm not
DVD.
thinking that. I had a camcorder that was like that
Yeah,
shape, but like almost say double in size.
yeah.
And we recorded some stuff on there. That's
Yeah?
all I'm gonna say about that. Those tapes are lost.
Oh man, the stuff I've seen before is like people come to develop their film, which I'll talk about later. Dude, I done seen it all, man. I done seen it all.
Let's
Yeah.
talk about it.
Yeah, go ahead and unpack that for us.
Yeah, but real quick, cause like I know we're talking about iPhones and all of that, but like, dude, like just I recommend anybody to just go out there and shoot film. Like I promise, you're gonna love it, and it's just gonna like you're not gonna know what you're gonna get, and that's the beauty of it until you get the film developed and scanned, and you're like, yo, wow, this is pretty cool. Like let me buy another disposable camera and just like go out there and shoot with it. And like I feel like that's what's missing. Like people are so fast paced, like they want to just keep posting, but like nah, slow down, man. You know, grab a camera and just shoot some stuff up and just vibe out. You know what I mean? But yeah, so to fast forward now, so and this is like 2021. I wanted to develop my own film because I got my scans back from a lab and they were horrible, like horrible. I'm like, wow.
So you sent the
Yeah.
films that you had to
Yep.
like a third party, like
Yeah,
was
yeah. I
by
sent it
mail?
out to get it developed, and I'm like, nah, I don't know. It looks like it was like shot on a toaster or something, like horrible. So I like wanted to just learn how to develop. I'm like, I'm gonna learn this because there's no lab out here. There's like one lab, but there's an old school way of that he's doing it, which he's a great guy, but there's me and him. There's only 2 labs out here.
Wow.
Yeah, in Massachusetts. So I was like, yeah, let me figure this out, man, just because like I love film so much. So I figured it out, and I was like, let me open up a business. Let me see what I can do with this. And I just like started scanning film. I developed and scanned some of my friends' film, and then that's how it kind of took off. It was like, yo, like, wow, this is fun. Like I'm actually enjoying this, you know? So like developing is weird, man. Developing, so like this is like kind of an older way to do it. I have a newer way of doing it, but this is called a Patterson tank. And so what the film is, once you're done with it, you give me the film, and I load the film into a dark room or a dark bag, depending on how much rolls. I have a little dark room, but so you load it in there, and then once it's in here, you can bring it out to light. There's no light going into this.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So this is how you do it. This is the reel. So you're in the dark, and you just put the thing in, and you just you roll it in, and it's like second nature
Yeah,
now.
I
It's
bet.
so hard when you first do it. So like when I opened up the business, I'm like, nah, I gotta do this right. Cause if I'm gonna get mad rows, I gotta figure it out. So I figured it out, and now I develop like 20 rows at one time in like 8 minutes.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Like there's times where I'm getting like wedding disposable cameras, like disposable cameras that people had at their weddings, and that they had like 60 of them. So I'm developing all 60 of those, and yeah, it's the market for film is crazy right now, and I feel like film isn't going anywhere, man. Film is here to stay. It's always been here to stay.
Right. Yep.
You know, it's never gonna die, man. But yeah, so then I just perfected my craft, and now I have a successful film lab out here, and yeah,
That's awesome, dude.
That's great.
I love
Man,
it.
what a hell of a story. You found quite the niche.
Yeah.
You literally saying it's you and one other guy. I mean, that's
Yeah.
That's dope.
Like
Especially-
you can go to CVS and drop off your film, but you're getting small scans, horrible scans.
Yeah.
Oh, they suck.
Horrible.
They're not doing it there though, right? Are they're shipping off to some warehouse
They
somewhere,
ship
right?
them out to some guy in like Texas or something.
Right. Some
Some
mass
company out
market
there, yeah.
factory.
So that's why I'm like, come to me. You get large. Everybody gets large scans, and I make it so easy. Like the other lab, it's like, okay, do you want this? You want TIFF files? Do you want? Okay, how much? Like it's so confusing that like a new photographer be like, yo, I don't want this. I'm scared now. Whereas in my business, it's like, yo, this is. I make it. You just give me the film. Let me do the hard work.
Yep.
And you get your scans via email, which sets me apart as well because
Hey.
you gotta the other lab, you gotta go in and drop off your thumb drive and get the thing. Whereas me, you get your film, you get your scans via email, and I ship your negatives out to you, and we call it a wrap. You know what I mean? It's so like, I'm making it sound easy, but it's really not. But it's,
I mean,
I'm
it's
telling you, it's
hey,
awesome.
like if you're good at something, you know,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
to do it for free, right? Like obviously
yeah.
you like dialed in and honed in your craft
Mhm.
to make it easy for yourself.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sure Shannon's probably, you know, kind of you learn some
Yeah.
things over the years to make your process better, your workflow better, and your experience for your customers better. Like
Mhm.
it's all it is, like you were saying, like refining your process, you know, not so much to
yeah,
not just about the picture, but about the experience for the customer.
Right,
Like
right.
that makes a massive difference.
yeah,
Like, listen, for me, it's always like if you're making as a business, if you're making it easier for me to do business with you, I'm in there.
Mhm.
Is what Apple Pay? No.
Yep.
I'm out.
Apple Pay everything. But I forgot what your question was. You had asked me something. I totally forgot. I went sidetracked.
Nah, man,
Which
we're
is-
good. We're in
okay,
there.
all right.
We're in there. Yeah, we've talked about film. We've talked about Dila Film, which is
Yeah,
the
my film photography page.
yeah. I mean, hey, man, that's
I remember what the question is.
oh, what's up?
What's the wildest stuff you see?
Oh, right. That was the question.
My man did not let.
Man.
Thank you, Shannon.
Yo, I had this one couple. They went out and took a trip to Cape Cod. And let's just say they had a little too much fun in that hotel room. And I was like, this is a younger couple. So, I didn't like, I get younger couples, like college students or whatever stuff all the time. And it ain't nothing. Like, it ain't nothing. But I wasn't aware of what was in this film. I'm like, okay. I looked at the negatives when they were hanging. I'm like, what the heck? Okay, what is that? Okay,
What is
whatever. All right. Let
I'm
me
a
just
professional.
scan
Let me
this
put
real
my
quick.
professional hat on.
And when I'm scanning, I'm not really looking at all the photos.
Yeah.
I'm scanning. I'm just do the color grade, send them out.
Yep.
You know what I mean? But I found film in thrift shops that had like crazy stuff in it too. Like ass
So
out.
like somebody like a camera like this randomly in a thrift shop that has film
This,
already in it. Oh my
VHS
gosh.
might have something in it. Yeah. It's never know what you're gonna find, man. But it's whatever, man. Like it don't bother me.
I used to work in cell phones, and specifically, I worked at Sprint. In the Sprint store that I worked at, it was like a third-party retailer, but they were specifically a repair store.
Okay.
So people, when there was an issue with the phone, people would go in there, and we'd fix it. So, but not only that, but we used to also transfer data from old phones to new phones.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you go to another store, buy stuff. Oh, I need to transfer my pictures. This was 2007, 2008.
So pre-cloud photos.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think the iPhone was there was no iPhones for Sprint because iPhone at the
Right.
time was
Apple.
only
Apple only. Yep. I'm
So-
sorry. AT&T. My fault.
Yeah. And so the amount of things people used to store on their phones
Crazy.
was
wild. Like you'll see it, you'll be like, what is that? Oh, like, so I believe anything you saw.
Yeah,
It's
I've
probably
seen it all,
crazy.
man. I've seen it all.
Well, my only inappropriate story that I got to add to the mix here was as an IT guy, data transfers from computer A to computer B. Oh, let me migrate this photo library I got here. You see some stuff,
I bet.
unfortunately.
I bet. People are wild, man.
People are
They
wild.
be storing them files for a rainy day. So I can imagine the film that you develop.
Yeah, I get film from like Florida, like everywhere. So I don't know who the people are.
It
but
could be a nice family photo.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, it's
next thing is okay.
banana
All right.
hammocks.
Dick pics.
Yep. Exactly.
Whoops. There it is.
Yeah.
in its full glory.
Nah, man, I am so enamored with this, man. By the way, thank you for this.
Absolutely, I can't wait to see your photos. Take your time with it though, no rush. Like it don't got to be the next episode.
I'm gonna, I'm definitely gonna like. I don't know anything about this, but this is going to unfortunately lead me down a YouTube rabbit hole.
Just turn it on and just press the button. That's it.
Okay, all right.
Do it right now.
Okay.
Just turn it on.
While you do that, what's funny? I've never shot film ever. I'm all digital.
You dial us in.
But
Yep. You zoom in and just.
because film is taking off again, it's getting popular.
Yep.
I try to replicate, and it's not the same. It's not the same at all. Like I just did a wedding on Friday, and I was doing the retro like disposable camera look with the heavy flash, kind of like this. I was trying to replicate it. It's not the same though. So my buddy got married. They had a bunch of disposable cameras and Polaroids at the wedding. So they told everyone, take pictures while you're out, grab a camera, so that they can have.
Yeah.
So me, I've been called a troll before. So I grabbed the Polaroid camera.
Yep.
And I went to the bathroom and took a picture. Went to the bathroom, took a picture, and then this is my good friend. I was part of the wedding. And everything.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, I go up to my buddy, real heartfelt message, and then the pictures that it gave, they were smaller. I'm like, bro, I'm proud of you, man. Beautiful wedding. Hope for the best. The spiel, heart. And he tells his story to this day. I went to the bathroom and I took a picture of my butt.
Good job.
Just selfie butt. And then I gave him the spiel. I'm like, bro, I got this for you. Don't open it till you get, to your hotel. Let me know what you think. And I put it in his jacket. I put it in his jacket. I didn't hear. I get a call maybe the next day. He's like, dude, you're a jerk. You're a jerk. And he was like, I was in the hotel room. I was jumping in the shower. I told my wife, I was like, babe, Shannon gave me something. Check my jacket.
Oh, no.
So she pulls it out. And she's like, what the heck is that?
Oh, man.
It was a full butt pic.
Man. Hey, I respect it.
Hey, man,
I respect the commitment to the bit.
Yeah, had to.
It's important.
How'd your photos come out, by the way?
This is dope.
Amazing.
It came out good?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice. That one came out awesome. Oh,
nice.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah,
That one got
I feel
some
like I
nice
have
colors.
optimal lighting right here.
Yeah. Yeah, it's working. So whenever later
All right,
on you just
perfect.
press the button and I don't know what happened. That's the beauty of film. You never know what you're going to get.
You don't
Can't
know
wait.
what you don't get.
All right, so quick transition since Dilla is in your handle Instagram name. We often will ask our guests, what they listen to, what kind of music, yada yada yada. So, give me a top five. Give me a top five. What do we want to go with? R&B or do we want to go with hip hop?
Oh, R&B. I'm down for R&B.
Let's roll.
Well, first, let's
roll
roll
out the
you
carpet.
brought up J Dilla. So let's top 5 producers.
Oh my gosh. Top 5 producers. This
Xander
is so
loves a
hard.
producer talk.
This is so hard. Oh my gosh. J Dilla. This is not no complete
No,
order.
just name 5.
But it's I got the Preem, I got the Ninth Wonder in there.
Go ahead.
Oh my gosh.
It's a
MF
lot.
Doom, RZA. Oh, okay.
Just 5.
All right. J Dilla.
Already a great
Preem.
list.
Okay.
Oh man, I would have to say The Alchemist.
Great choices, by the way.
Havoc, My Deep times, the whole My Deep era, Havoc was a beast. Ah man, I'll just throw. All right, so I got Dilla, Preem. I'll throw Alchemist.
I hope you know you're being
MF
graded.
RZA, because the Wu-Tang. And fifth. All right, my fault. If I'm taking long, this is
take
hard.
your
It's
time.
for me.
fine, man.
This is hard.
We didn't
time.
prep you, so it's very much intentional.
I'll have to say Ninth One. I mean, not what's his name? The guy from he's Drake's producer. 6. No, not 6. 40. Yeah. I just
40
like
at 5.
Wow.
Well,
Man,
just
I
40.
don't know, man.
No,
Havoc.
it's
No,
not-
Havoc.
strong
Havoc.
list.
Havoc's my
It's
fifth.
not a bad. No, first of all, it's not a bad list. Don't feel like whoa. So
I feel like I'm forgetting somebody.
No, because you brought up Mobb Deep.
Yeah.
A lot of my friends that know me, they know I love Wu-Tang.
Yeah, yeah.
One of my favorite groups of all time. But right after, it's like Mobb Deep.
Mobb
Like
Deep,
there's,
bro.
if there was an alien that came down
Yeah,
and
yup.
said, hey,
Yeah.
what is rap?
Yeah.
I'm not picking a Wu-Tang song. I'm picking Survival of the Fittest. by
Yeah,
Mobb
he
Deep.
made that beat just with the little.
Yeah,
oven
I'm
thing.
picking Survival of the Fittest. I say watch the video because it's one of the most 90 videos
Yeah.
ever. I mean, it just goes around the video. Very good video, actually, by the way, for that era.
Inspired me
If you
to
guys
do
haven't
video.
watched the video, watch it because actually very good visuals.
One more time, what is it?
Survival of the Fittest
Okay.
by Mobb Deep.
Got it.
Classic.
Great song, great beat,
Classic.
just great everything. And that's the reason. That's the song I would show the aliens like this right here.
Yeah.
This is what a rap
Yep.
is.
No, my fifth one, sorry, is Timbaland. Sorry. That's
Okay.
it. I'm done. Timbaland.
No, I mean
I'm
it
done.
just it's really hard. Meaning because usually Dr. Dre is usually one that comes up to people.
Timbaland.
For me, one of my favorites is always gonna be Pharrell. Pharrell is what like the reason why is because
messed
Pharrell can
up.
give you
It's just
yeah,
it's a
no, it's
different
so
flavor. Hey,
But
what
Pharrell-
seasoning do you like to cook with?
yeah.
Right.
But I still remember that damn beat when Clips came out. I was in high school and grinding came.
Oh, that
I
took
mean,
over the world.
Yes, I mean it was.
I was nasty on
everywhere.
that on the
On the
cafeteria
table? Yeah.
That beat right there made so many producers. Like they're
Right.
probably like, yo, I gotta do this. Like I have to because
grinding.
that came out and then that was the first, Neptune's beat I heard. And right after, here comes Noriega with Super Thug.
Oh my gosh. Dude.
Lost it.
I had
was
the
like, I
original
lost it.
CD of that too.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So when the Neptunes were they were
Yeah.
it, man.
Yep.
I mean, their sound was just like, yes, the Neptune sound.
Neptunes.
They
Yeah.
worked with everybody. But it was, Pharrell was a genius.
So much good
So
songs, man.
he was one of my favorite producers, definitely Pharrell. Riz is definitely there.
So that's 3, right?
Yeah, so I have, Dr. Dre,
Dr. Dre,
RZA.
RZA.
I just said
Pharrell.
Damn, this is
It's hard, right?
No, it is. This Pharrell. I had the fourth.
Eliel.
No, that's wow.
Way different genre.
Wow. We gotta get to that one too. But I mean, J Dilla. J Dilla has to be there. But I'm glad that you got that because there's a connection from
Thank you
church.
so much.
Remember, that's Beowulf's cousin. I
Yes.
thought he was joking until that was really his cousin.
legit.
That's
Yeah.
really wow. Okay.
Yes.
Damn.
Yes.
Thank you for
The old school, man. The legend.
And the last one, that one's open
Yeah.
for discussion, but I would probably like Preem or Pete Rock, one of those two. Pete Rock because he had
That's
that
a
soulful,
fire top 5, by the way.
old school. And I've always liked the soulful old school sound.
Yeah.
So.
Fire.
But again, like you said, it's just so many of them. But that's the ones. I can have a different 5 tomorrow. But those are the ones that come to mind.
But that's it. It just speaks to the power of music and the like timelessness of great music, right? Because like time doesn't necessarily detract from great music, right? Because like you guys are naming people from like quote unquote a bygone era or like you know yesteryear in hip hop, like modern hip hop versus old school hip hop is so different. But yeah, man. You also, so speaking of producers, my man here, and I know we spoke about this recently, we were talking about the 2-disc or 3-disc pack, by having like a tangible something in your hand. And I believe you had a little something.
Oh,
in your
yeah.
bag.
So because I love having original stuff. So this is an original copy of Illmatic.
Wow.
From 1994. And I like having original stuff because like you get to, like
That part
just look
right
at
there.
that.
Yeah.
You know what I
No,
mean?
right
Like
there.
you just like get to just explore stuff.
It's funny that you mentioned this
Yeah.
because we spoke about this, I believe, a podcast or two
One or
ago.
two, yeah.
Oh yeah.
About I think it was downloading music. How it's so fast, we can get it pretty much right away.
Yeah.
And we spoke about how before with the CD players,
Yeah.
they used to have a booklet, the pictures, who wrote what,
Right.
the producers. For me, one of the things was damn, I like this song. Let me see who produced it.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, it was this guy who produced it. So
Yeah.
this is.
I used to come home from school like just like looking at this and then listening to it like, yo.
Yeah, no, because
You know what I mean?
because like you're listening to it and you're
Yeah.
going through this and you're like, oh, this
Like
is
buying
fire.
it and you're like, oh, like look at like
That's what I'm saying.
Obviously
Yeah.
a film photo.
Great. Oh man.
Like in Queens, like it's crazy,
No, yeah,
man.
and
I just
I'm
love it.
willing to bet that because a lot of kids don't know about this.
Oh no.
But if you show them, there was like, this is how music used to be back in the day. They will be like, I want this. How
Right.
can I get this again? Because they love pictures, obviously because of the Instagram and all that. But when
Yeah.
they actually can see it and feel it
Right.
and they have it in their hands,
Yeah.
I think it would really do something to
It's
their.
really hard to like you can only get so close to try to replicate something like this digitally, right? Like a digital experience
Right,
of this.
that's the issue.
And it's not the same, man. Because like
Nah.
I'll tell you what, like I enjoy a crispy website with a lot of moving parts and nice animations. Like it's very
Yeah.
nice and aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah.
But being able to hold this, right? You know, and again, piece of history, right? Matter of fact, related, unrelated. I was at UMass recently. My daughter, she goes there. We were touring the campus. Shout out to Eisenberg, by the way. So we were in the library and we were up on the 23rd floor, checking out the view, and that's where I took that bookshelf photo.
Yeah.
And there was, what was it called? I'm gonna get this wrong. It was something like, how to run a house. Whatever. I'm messing up the name of the book, but they had editions of this thing going all the way back to like 1912.
Wow.
Big giant books, and you open these up, like some of them are colored pages, and it's basically like how to run a house, like basically how housewives should do stuff. Essentially, is what the book was. But just to be able to go in a time machine, pull out this book, look through the pictures of here's a snapshot of what life was like for these people back then, right in my hand, right. Something about that was so surreal, man. Just being able to like summon data from way back when. Some of these were so old they had like kind of ropes tied around them to kind of keep them together. But you can't replace that, man. Like I'll take Wikipedia, being able to search for stuff in the archive. But man,
I was just at. There's a building in Springfield, Monkey Wrench building. You heard of it?
yeah, Monkey Wrench building. Yep.
So I was in there. I was meeting with the owner not too long ago, and he's very passionate about the building. So when I met with him, he gave me the whole backstory of the building, and I always enjoyed history.
Yeah.
So like to me, I'm like, oh, that's actually cool. But the coolest thing was he had like pictures of the building like in its heyday. He had one of the first wrenches that were made in the building.
Wow.
Wow.
But he was telling me he used to own like a elegant furniture business that ran out of there after they remodeled it. But he just had a bunch of pictures of what the building used to look like. Because right now it's all like subdivided into like different spaces. But he had all the factory parts. Like his office it looked like a museum.
Wow.
He had a bunch of like the old tools. Like these are all tools that were made here.
That's so cool. Man.
He also had like aerial shots of Springfield around that area back in the day. And he had an old map that showed he just had all this stuff.
Wow.
He was showing me like there was off Maple Street. He was like, you see this? This is the Wesson estate from Smith and Wesson that they own like mad property on Maple Street. I'm
Wow.
like, this is dope. So like Springfield used to be like he said it was a big industrial city. And then it just kind of fell apart.
I mean, hey.
But he had all those pictures, and it was cool. I'm like, this is a different view of Springfield that you're used to.
Yeah.
Yeah, you definitely don't get that these days, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But I do appreciate the fact that when MGM came into town, they still kept that little like cathedral church-looking building.
South End Community Center.
Yeah.
I used to spend every day in there.
Word?
Those basketball.
Do boxing.
Yeah, but they had
wow.
a gym in the back.
Yep.
It's crazy how they transformed that whole area there.
Yeah,
though.
it's pretty
like,
cool.
I mean, pros and cons, whatever, say what you want. The amount of parking is shocking compared to the actual amount of casino that's there.
It's free parking though.
It is free
I
parking.
had jury duty. I parked in there.
Yo, I always park. Hey, downtown Springfield? Yeah, we're parking over there. Why not? Why would you pay for parking? Shout out to Springfield. All right, this is probably a good spot to kind of wrap up. Jon, thanks so much for coming on, man. We really appreciate it. Thank you so much for the gifts.
Yes.
For the Polaroids, like super unexpected,
Yeah, man.
but really appreciate it. Like I didn't know what I was missing with the tangible goods.
Yes.
It hits a little different.
It does.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Jon, where can people find you?
On Instagram, primarily on Instagram. My main Instagram page is Jon Dila, JONDILA, and you can find everything on there. YouTube, my business.
Yeah, I'll make sure to link everything up in the
Appreciate it.
description as we usually do.
Have fun, man. You guys are doing an awesome job here.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, man.
You made it
Appreciate
feel
that.
comfortable. Like, this is great, man.
It's a vibe, man.
Yeah, I love it, man.
Couch, you know.
I gotta come back one day, you know?
Yeah, we'll have you back for Offbeat After Hours where we
Yeah.
talk a lot of shit.
Word up. All
That'll be
right.
fun.
We'll bust the drinks out.
Oh, yeah.
Hoodie season, baby.
Hoodie season,
Oh, yeah.
baby. Hey, stay tuned for that. All right, y'all.
Merch coming.
Thank y'all. Thank y'all again for tuning in. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. Shannon, you good?
I'm great.
Word. Peace out, y'all.
Change it out.